welcome back to another video. If you're new, I'm Emily, otherwise known as Shamanism. You can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. Welcome to the channel. And if you're an OG, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah. Love you, thank you. So today's video, I feel a bit awkward talking about, to tell you the truth, because it's not easy. So today's video is a little bit funky for me to talk about. It's something that I feel funny talking about because it's something which I guess you could say breaks the norms or whatever, or breaks what is currently going on in this community. What am I talking about? YouTube. So let's rewind. I started my channel. Sorry if you can hear my stomach. She's a little hungry. I need to feed her. So I started my channel a few years back because two reasons, mainly. One, I wanted to share my passion and love for gardening and animals with everybody and perhaps teach some people online to garden who maybe didn't know how to grow certain things. And part two, the reason it's named M Organically also is because I wanted it to do exactly what I'm doing here with this 365-day project and chronicle a year of my life and the wins and the losses and just whatever, the year of my life, so that I have a unbiased, an untouched, somewhat uncensored recollection of what my life was through like the last year or whatever. Today's video is a tough one though, because for me, I am not someone who traditionally has enjoyed the experience of being a pattern breaker. And yet that has oftentimes happened in my life, that I end up being someone who breaks these patterns of things that have gone on and on and on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the one who says no to this, or I'm going to be the one who suggests this change. You know, I'm not always, sometimes I'm not scared to be an innovator. Now, so I'll cut to the chase. I saw a video from one of my dear friends, Malou, who was talking about she talked about many things, but one of the important ones that I'm bringing here is this whole YouTube thing, and how YouTube, in the golden days, if you want to think of it like that, in the good old days of YouTube, people used to come onto YouTube because they were doing this. It was for vlogging. It was to talk to each other. It was to have community. It was, I don't even know, I'm half saying that when I wasn't actually even in the game then. It was a very different ball of wax though. And I know that since then, and having watched a whole bunch of creators shift their content around and change and all sorts of things, I've watched everything essentially out there conform to the algorithms. Everybody does things for the algorithms, for the clicks, for the views, for the blah. And my friend Malou was expressing her, honestly, it felt like just frustration with these, honestly, they're very masculine systems, old systems. It's all this sort of, I tend to call it bro culture because I don't really know what the heck to call it. But it's this very masculine, very driven, go, 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 gotta always be achieving. You don't just have to, like, you don't get to take rest. You have to just produce. I talked about this in another video recently too. You know, and I've been sitting with this, and it's really been bothering me because if you know me well, you know that I'm someone who, when I commit, and I am in that thing. And I was told at one point or other, I was given the advice to basically continue producing, that by sheer number of like oversaturation, basically, that by producing, let's say 7 videos a day, just for a figure of random number, right? That if I were to produce 7 videos a day, that would get me to XYZ place, right? By a certain time. What I have to say about that is that one, that doesn't allow for any real, well, very little authentic creative expression. Because the thing is that everyone's on their own timeline, and that means that not everyone is going to, like, you're not in flow constantly. Most human beings that I know anyway, I don't know about you guys, but are not in the perfect state of alignment and flow at all times. And the reason that this presents a problem for someone, say, who's committed to YouTube and is like, I'm going to do content every day for a year. If you're trying to do this to suit the algorithm and to suit clicks and to suit views, I'm going to guess that that channel is going to suffer per the state of things right now. And that's the part that makes me nervous, because what she was saying was that, look, I've had enough of conforming to this, to that, to the other thing, and trying to fit myself into a little square box don't know, like these. When we're a round thing, we're round. We don't belong in a square box. That's a weird example. Why am I talking about this here, and why am I bringing this here, and what am I going to title this? I don't even know. Future me. The subject of the video, though, is like authentic creation, is finding yourself authentically creating and allowing YouTube. I feel like it's so important. The literal artistry of vlogging, if you can imagine that, it was a thing. And like, I don't know, you guys might chuckle at this. When I watch someone like Markiplier, and before you say anything, I know that he has editors like Lixian who do their amazing magic, and that's not necessarily him doing the editing. He started where I was, though, at some point. And in his very beginning, you know, I don't even know what he was streaming in the very beginning. I'm not the ultimate OG of Markiplier. However, the point is just, I feel like when he started, it was like the internet was newer and vlogging was new. And so people were just out there kind of doing their thing. Now, YouTube is like so in a box and confined that, like, if you take a step outside, or, you know, you decide not to upload every single day, or if your schedule is 3 times a week, if you break your 3 times a week, even one time, like, your channel suffers. I think that's no good. I think that's not nice. And I also think that I would like to be a part of a movement, if you want to call it that, to say, forget that. What am I saying? I'm saying enough of making thumbnails for clickbait. Enough of creating your silly titles for clickbait. Just create something that you want to create to draw people's eyes in that isn't clickbait. Like, for example, one of the things that's always driven me absolutely crazy about YouTube clickbait, and specifically, let's say, yours truly, let's just use an example that's semi-personal, though not actually something I've gone through. But let's say I'm looking for a tutorial on how to paint a watercolor chickadee. Oh no, sure, I like animals, so why not? Feasible. If I go to YouTube and I type in how to paint a watercolor chickadee, I can pretty much guarantee you that the first top 5 to 10 videos ain't gonna have nothing to do with painting no chickadee. I mean, maybe. I'll give you the tiniest benefit of doubt. But most of the time, what I see happens is when you type out, like, if you're trying to get information from YouTube, how to this or how to find out about that, and you type that into the search bar and you go looking, that the results you find, the top 5 to 10, like I said, might have a title that looks like it relates to your issue, what you typed in, but you go click on that video, and let's say, I don't know, let's say you looked up how to watercolor. The video is about how to drill, I don't even know, something into something else. It's like not even related, and you're like, how did I get here? I would like to be a part of the movement to take YouTube back from insanity, or just Nonsenseville and whateverville, back to reality. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. I am not Eminem. Don't copyright me, YouTube. I just wanted to talk about it, honestly, because I feel like it's this conversation that people are having in secret behind closed YouTube doors. Like, it's kind of getting said a little bit here, and then like said a little bit here, but like nobody's really super being bold and being like, F this, like this is crap. Like, we are being censored to frick, and it's stupid, and let's take the internet, not the internet back, but let's take YouTube back. The naivety, not the naivety even, the childlikeness that YouTube once had, this sort of like, let's grow together and come together as humans connecting. That was what it used to be about, was connecting with each other. And now it's like, no, if you don't meet these requirements, then no one will even see your video because you didn't adhere to the tags and the blah, 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 blah. Blech. And that is what my friend Malou was talking about. Blech. Not just to having to make thumbnails that are catchy, to all of this, to all of the conformity. I want to be free, and I am choosing, let me not say it that way, I am choosing as of now to be free of these confines. People will watch my content because they resonate with me, or they resonate with my message, or they whatever. That simple fact is not going to be changed by my thumbnail or my title of my video or the tags I tag my video with. And I really want to encourage us creators, the creators of the new earth, the new world, who want to change these systems. I really urge you to give let me not use those words, to stop using those old outdated systems and to create from creation, create something new. Like, let go of tags, let go of clickbait titles, let go of clickbait thumbnails. Do what makes you happy. Like, I don't know, I can't really think of a good example in the moment. For example, I watch a streamer on YouTube. He's not a streamer specifically, but I watch a content creator on YouTube whose name is Butch. And it would bring me joy if Butch was allowed to just do his thing without having to put, for example, a clickbaity stupid title that says, like, I don't know, the worst day I ever had in Subnautica ever. Like, I know you guys can tell from that vibe. Let's all be real with each other here right now, right? I know, and you know, that when we see those titles, oh my gosh, the scariest thing ever happened! With that, like, you know, clickbait picture of like, no way! It's so cheesy, guys. It's so tacky and cheesy. So I wanted to come and talk about it because, frankly, guys, I am someone who has always struggled with that whole, like, okay, well, in order to succeed with YouTube, you must follow this specific formula, which is I've made this analogy before probably, but to me, that's like timing your tea. That's like saying, I'm going to make myself a cup of chamomile tea. And you go and you boil the water and you get your tea bag and you stick the tea bag in. And when the water boils, you pour the boiling water in and you set a timer for exactly like 2 minutes and 1 second. And if your tea goes over like 1 second or under 1 second, it's not right. There's like that sort of relationship happening. YouTube has become too confining, I guess you could say. I think that the freedom of expression has largely gone from here, and I would like to be a part of the creators taking that creative aspect of YouTube back. We are creators. We are here to make new things. We're not here to just be like, oh, let me grab your 5 seconds of attention here, sir. Excuse me, let me, I don't know, like, for example, my video is about pumpkin pancakes, but I'm going to call it the best pumpkin pancakes you ever did have. It's so cheeky. So I wanted to speak truth into that because it's been something that honestly I haven't spoken about ever, other than maybe once or twice to like my other fellow creators, small content creators. And I think it's time. I think it's time for us to break out of this. So to that end, it's funny because like on one hand, I'm not breaking that rule. Like, I fully still intend to do the 365-day project because that is what I promised to myself, and I want the awareness of what my life has been like over this year. And in saying that, I will also say that as per everything else, the meditations, any type of anything, that from now on is going to be as per my calling, as per authentically. And I'm not going to like necessarily pick like, say, a trending topic. We're going to have this channel be authentic. This channel is a place for people to really grow, to really learn, to really know the truth, not to skate around and have rosy colored glasses about the world. This is a channel of truth. This is a place where we can go together, we can call a spade, and we can walk together for the abundance of the greater good of everybody. I am someone you can count on to bring to you the real truth. The truth as I understand it in this moment. And so today, enough is enough. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. Enough is enough. You know, we as content creators have allowed ourselves to be boxed in for far too long now. And I think it's high time that we take the creativity and put the fun back into YouTube, because I'm sure that if you ask these content creators who are doing really well and successful, of which I do not count myself one, because hello, I'm literally, according to the statistics of like math of the interwebs, I am not even a nano influencer. So I have healthy respect for the fact that I'm not even a drop in the ocean. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like the 1/8 of the percentage of the part of the water that's in the droplet that is in the ocean as a nano influencer on YouTube, as a whatever. And I am also here to urge you that while I'm going through this 365-day project, if you're a small content creator like me yourself, to really, really urge you and try to, yeah, admittedly get you onto our side, onto our boat, the rebellious boat of no, enough is enough. that's not the place we want YouTube to be. YouTube is for creating. YouTube is for expressing yourself and connecting to others that are like-minded. YouTube is for growing communities. This is what I grew up knowing YouTube as. It was a place where you could go to share yourself if you were brave enough to express to others. And I really think we need to take that back, because I see a lot of what I'm very happy to report, however, is that as of late, I've seen small content creators just little by little, one at a time, kind of peeking their head out, being like, is it safe out there if I come out to say that I'm not sticking to this BS algorithm crap anymore? Like, is it safe? One by one, little by little, people are kind of coming out and acknowledging that, and you know what? F it, enough is enough. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this for me. And I have never been happier to see anything movement-wise happen. Like, it makes me unbelievably happy to see content creators doing this again for themselves and for the people that they're helping by being themselves. That's the trippiest part of all. By conforming to these things that we do for clicks and views, you're screwing yourself over, because you're not being authentic if you are conforming into any kind of box. And honestly, guys, I'm just at a point in my life where it's not just YouTube. It's everywhere throughout my life. I'm done with boxes. I'm not going to put myself in a box for anyone or anything. And I'm not going to stop speaking I'm not going to swallow my truth, is what I was going to say. I want to be the person that people know that I will stand up for I hesitate to use the word right, but I will stand up for the light, for the good, for love always. And that I won't be swayed by trends and whatever. So, as my friend Malu said, sort of knowingly, maybe unknowingly, whatever, but to allow for the possibility of, our channels may suffer. And if that's the case, I will simply see that as a purging of those that don't align with me or whatever. And that's okay. This world takes all sorts of folks from many different strokes, all on their own timeline, all going through different things at a different time. And sometimes traumas collide and sometimes they don't, and sometimes good things collide and sometimes they don't. I think it's very important for us in nowadays to stand in our power and to claim it, and to understand that you have power without these things, without tags, without a catchy specific thumbnail, without a specific man or woman on your arm. Guys, I've said this in so many ways, and I will continue to do so probably till I'm dead. Be yourselves. We only get this one life as far as anybody really knows. And even that, I don't even know what I know. I don't know anything. That's what I know, is that I don't know much of anything. What I know, I like to share with you guys as far as facts. And what I am growing through and learning through, I also like to share with you guys so that you can witness someone's transformation as they're processing through things as well. I don't want you guys to think that I'm some perfect being. I want you guys to know exactly how authentic I am, and that I grow through a lot of these challenges with you guys. It is not just you. You are not alone. You're never alone. And as someone who has struggled with feeling crazy at more than one time in my life and feeling heard and feeling listened to, I just want you all to know who are here, who, by the way, bless you for being here for 20 minutes. I am so thankful, really, for every single one of you that spends your time with me. If you have any desire to do this, to be on YouTube, to speak out like me or anything like that, do it. Because we never know when our words are going to have an unbelievable impact on someone. And that can be a really potent, useful, good, positive, loving power. If you can shift someone's perspective. So how do you get there, you ask me, and what's the connection? The connection is that if we are not allowing ourselves to be authentic, to create authentically, not with the confines of tags and things and limitations, then our authentic vibration isn't able to get out in that way. And thus, we're not able to affect the way people the way we are meant to, things the way we are meant to. We're not able to go where we're meant to go. We need to be allowed to allow ourselves in all of our different ways, shapes, spaces, colors, varieties, shadow side, light side, all sides, all things. And there's real beauty in that, in allowing each other. Like, I just want to get rid of all these lines of conformity, all this rigidity, all this masculinity. It's time for a change. And in the past, I may have been someone who said, I want change, but didn't make the change. And now I'm ready to say that I not only will I say I want the change, but I'm here to be a part of the change. I am here to empower others to make the change, to inspire you guys to make the change for yourselves. And when I say make the change, I'm specifically talking about being your authentic selves in everything, everywhere, at every moment, to drop these masks that it's just a part of being raised in a society. I urge you to shed these things and explore who you are, really find yourself, like Malu and I are learning who we are. We're finding ourselves, who we really are, without all the commentary that so many of us have largely listened to and absorbed for so much of our life, the truth. I was interrupting my own brain thinking about, there's that statement I can't quite think of right now. It's something about, ask yourself, is it 100% true? And then if not, leave it or whatever. Today's video is just stop conforming. Enough is enough. Be yourself and be unafraid, because there is no such thing as a failure, as a wrong turn in life. The thing with rejection that they say is rejection is just a redirection. And it's true. And when one door closes, another one opens. Almost everything in life can be looked at from two perspectives, because what I've learned is that there is that bipolarity, that duality in every second of every single day. I don't want to make that drastic comparison. You could literally be in a hospital whereby that a baby's being born and someone's dying at the same time. This world is pretty wild, y'all. When you become truly aware and you start paying attention to all of these things that are happening, it's really wild. It's a wild ride out there. And I just wanted to be a voice for truth and to say that no matter what society says we should be or shouldn't be, that I am here to be standing alongside you as a guide, as a light for you, as an example that truth can exist and it's not a vacuum. All that the darkness takes to be lit up is one tiny little candle, one tiny little light. If you want a really crazy example of that, guys, I was looking for something. I didn't have my normal lighting situation in my room the other night. I looked for something. I was thinking of this movie about cavers and how they treasure light, because if you're ever in an emergency situation, you value all the lights you have if you're in a cave, because you need it to get out and survive. So the other night I woke up in the middle of the night and none of my lights were working, and I pressed on, I have this little alarm clock that I've had for like 2 decades, and it gave us off the teeny tiniest little bit of light, like a little bit of the tiniest little flame of light. It's not a flame, it's electric, but anyway. And my point was, it only takes a tiny little spark of light to light up in the darkness, and you are that spark. And in every moment you have the ability to be that light and love. No matter how bad the external gets, you are the light, you are the love, you are the one that is the most important, truly. So be unafraid to be boldly yourself. And I be here as a friend and a living example that it can work, or that you don't need to be afraid of living your authentic life. And even though it scares me in saying that, to jump into this fear, if I'm being honest, of, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to the people, the community I've built over 4 years? Oh, well, they all suddenly... Listen, me, I may lose people, and if I do, that's okay. It's more important, like I said, if we're stifling our vibration, then our vibration is not being carried out the way the universe needs to hear it, and we're making the song maybe disharmonious, discordant. And we are all here as a part of the universe's harmonious song. And how can you sing in harmony with the universe? By being exactly who you are. And there's so much more to say about this. Just wanted to talk about that here today, that in this journey, while I've committed to making daily videos, that I am no longer going to be so concerned with these clickbait titles and tagging and so forth. I'm going to make videos as per what I am inspired to share, things that I've really learned, and like things that I think would have some kind of value for you guys, and to chronicle my life journey. And I know that this will go good places. I don't even know if that's a good grammatical way of putting it, but I know that we're going to go good places together. And I'm here to support you guys. So a reminder, if you want to reach out to me for coaching or anything, this email here is where you can do that confidentially. And other than that, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you have a beautiful weekend or rest of your day or night whenever you're catching this. Subscribe. I do upload every single day, although who knows, that may be up for grabs. With that, the meditations will be completely per the universe. when I'm inspired, you will find yourself with a meditation. And I have not forgotten about the guided meditations. Those will be coming. Thank you so much for being here, wherever you're tuning in from. It means the world that you spent your time with me. Really, really, really. I'm so excited for where this channel is going to grow because it feels really exciting, even though I'm terrified of letting go of the confines of the way you're supposed to build a YouTube channel. I'm excited because this gets to be me now. I get to really be me and share what I want to share, not just what's trending on TikTok. Yawn. I don't care what's trending on TikTok, and probably most of you don't really either. Life is not about keeping ourselves busy anyway. Before I tangent on to anything else, thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate you being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and I will see you beautiful cats in the next video. Namaste, much love. Bye. Does she know how to waffle? Yes, she does. I've been really wanting to do that. I just keep forgetting. It's on the to-do list, but it's not as high priority as other things, so it keeps falling to the bottom, and then I remember and I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta do that. So bear with me. And now I lost my train of thought about it. Oh, and I was gonna say stop, but really I never started speaking my truth a whole lot ever out and completely but I don't know what I'm going to call this video. Let's bring the authenticity of YouTube back to YouTube. I don't know. It won't be anything sexy, I'm sure, or catchy or clickbait worthy. But for so I'm so sorry. Forgive this insane Throg's neck frog bridge. What? And my friend Malou, today's video is a tough one, but I don't know, but guys, and it's not even the true. Sorry for the frog. Who the heck am I, YouTube? The YouTube CEO? No.